What if you could live in a real-life postcard, with vineyards outside your window, ocean breezes at your doorstep, and sunsets that turn the sky pink? Sound too dreamy? California's small towns make it real. From coastal gems to mountain hideaways, these places aren't just beautiful. They're bursting with charm, creativity, and community. Would you trade traffic for tree-lined trails? Or swap sky-high rents for small-town serenity with million-dollar views? Today, we're counting down 10 of the most beautiful and charming towns to actually live in California. Number 10. Solvang. Step into Solvang, and you might forget you're in California altogether. It's like teleporting straight into a charming Danish village. Nestled in the Santa Ynez Valley, this enchanting town of just over 6,100 residents feels like something out of a European postcard, complete with windmills, half-timbered facades, and cobblestone walks. Founded in 1911 by Danish immigrants, Solvang has lovingly preserved its heritage, making it one of the most unique small towns to live in, not just in California, but in all of America. What truly makes Solvang beautiful isn't just its architecture, it's the atmosphere. Locals enjoy over 280 sunny days a year, with mild Mediterranean-style weather and postcard-perfect vineyards rolling in every direction. If you're a fan of wine, you're in luck. Solvang sits in the heart of one of California's most celebrated wine regions, with over 120 wineries just minutes away. The town is also incredibly walkable, making daily life feel like a constant stroll through a storybook. You can pick up fresh pastries at Olsen's Danish Village Bakery, sip coffee beside a windmill, and walk home under gaslit lanterns. The crime rate? Nearly 50% lower than the national average, which adds peace of mind to the cozy vibe. While the median home price is around $1.1 million, residents argue it's worth every penny for the atmosphere, safety, and scenic surroundings. Solvang isn't just a place to live, it's a lifestyle. Quiet, charming, and utterly whimsical, it's perfect for anyone who dreams of a slower pace in a village that looks like it belongs in Denmark but sits under the California sun. Number 9. Capola. Capola is a dreamy little beach town that looks like it was hand-painted by an artist with a love for pastels and surfboards. Tucked along Monterey Bay just south of Santa Cruz, Capola has a population of only around 10,300, but it's bursting with color, character, and coastal charm. Its vibrant beachfront cottages, European-style village shops, and oceanfront esplanade create a vibe that feels like the French Riviera, if the Riviera served fish tacos and had a surfing scene. Capitola's crown jewel is its beach. Sheltered and calm, the waters here are perfect for stand-up paddleboarding or a relaxing swim, and the nearby cliffs offer panoramic views that make for Instagram gold. The weather? Nearly 260 sunny days a year, with refreshing ocean breezes that keep things pleasant even in summer. Despite its resort town appearance, Capola feels like a community. The downtown area hosts art walks, food festivals, and the famous Capola Begonia Festival. The schools are part of the well-regarded Santa Cruz County system, and the town's walkability score is a high 76, making errands and beach runs easy without a car. The median home value is around $1.3 million, but you're not just buying a home. You're buying a lifestyle of beachfront strolls, sunrise coffees, and paddleboard mornings. And with a crime rate about 30% lower than the national average, it's as peaceful as it is picturesque. Whether you're a retiree seeking beauty or a remote worker chasing ocean views, Capola delivers pure California dreamin'. Number 8. Avalon. Avalon is the kind of place that feels more like a vacation than real life. And yet, it is real life for the approximately 3,460 people who call this Catalina Island gem home. Located 22 miles off the Southern California coast, Avalon is accessible only by boat or helicopter, adding a layer of exclusivity and adventure that few mainland towns can match. But once you arrive, the stress melts away like sunscreen on a summer afternoon. The streets of Avalon are lined with Spanish-style cottages, palm trees, and golf carts. Yes, most people drive golf carts instead of cars here. The harbor shimmers with turquoise water, and towering hills hug the town like a protective cradle. This Mediterranean vibe mixed with California spirit gives Avalon a magical, cinematic feel. The town averages 267 sunny days per year, and the ocean views are never far away. Avalon is small but packed with amenities: fresh seafood restaurants, cute boutiques, beach clubs, and a famous Art Deco casino that hosts events and movies. There's also snorkeling, hiking, parasailing, and even a herd of wild bison in the island's interior. It's a playground for nature lovers. The median home price is about $1 million, but the true luxury is the quality of life. Crime rates are remarkably low, and the pace of living is refreshingly unhurried. There's a strong sense of community here, and island residents often say they feel like they live in a world all their own. If you've ever dreamed of waking up to ocean breezes, strolling to brunch barefoot, and kayaking with dolphins, Avalon might be your perfect escape. Number 7. Ferndale. Ferndale, where time travel is optional but totally believable. This tiny town of roughly 1,400 residents sits in Northern California's Humboldt County and feels like a step back into the 19th century. Ferndale is world famous for its impeccably preserved Victorian architecture, known as Butterfat Palaces, a nod to its historic dairy wealth. Every storefront, inn, and residence seems plucked from an old storybook, making the whole town a living, breathing museum. But don't be fooled by its quaint appearance. Ferndale is anything but stuck in the past. The community is vibrant, artistic, and surprisingly modern under the vintage facade. The main street is lined with boutique shops, artisan bakeries, and cozy cafes. It's also one of the gateways to the Lost Coast, the wildest stretch of California's coastline, and just minutes from the towering redwoods of Humboldt Redwood State Park. With over 70 inches of rain a year, Ferndale's surrounding landscape is impossibly green and lush, giving it a magical Pacific Northwest vibe. The town is part of a thriving artist community and frequently hosts film festivals, art walks, and quirky local parades. Homes here are much more affordable than in Southern California, with a median price of about $500,000. That's a steal considering you're living in a place with scenery straight out of a fantasy novel. The crime rate is also impressively low, nearly 60% below the national average, making it peaceful and safe for families, artists, and retirees alike. If you're looking for a quiet, stunning, and totally unique place to live, Ferndale might just be California's best-kept secret, a timeless jewel hidden in the misty forests of the North Coast. Number 6. Julian. Nestled in the Cuyamaca Mountains just an hour east of San Diego, Julian feels like a cozy frontier town where every season brings something magical. With a population of around 1,500, this historic gold rush town still carries the rustic charm of its 1800s origins. But it's not just a history lesson. It's a vibrant, lived-in town famous for something sweet: apple pie. Julian is apple country, and the scent of cinnamon, baked crust, and fresh cider practically floats through the air in the fall. At 4,200 feet elevation, Julian actually gets snow in the winter, rare for Southern California, making it a top mountain getaway for city dwellers. The town enjoys 4 distinct seasons, a refreshing change for Californians used to endless sun. Summers are warm and sunny, while autumn brings fiery foliage and harvest festivals that transform the town into a postcard-perfect retreat. The town's main street is dotted with antique shops, saloons, historic hotels, and bakeries that draw thousands of weekend visitors, yet it retains a peaceful, neighborly vibe. Outdoor lovers will adore the proximity to Cuyamaca Rancho State Park, Lake Cuyamaca, and endless hiking trails. The median home price is around $620,000, which is relatively affordable for such a unique and desirable location. The crime rate is extremely low, about 70% below the national average, making Julian a peaceful haven for retirees, artists, and young families seeking something slower, quieter, and deeply rooted in nature. Julian isn't just charming, it's heartwarming. From the gold mines to the pie festivals, it wraps you in a warm, nostalgic embrace. If you've ever wanted to live in a mountain village where time slows down and nature surrounds you, Julian is calling. Number 5. Cambria. Cambria is like the quiet poet of California's Central Coast. Artsy, serene, and breathtakingly beautiful. Tucked between rolling hills and rugged coastline along Highway 1, this town of about 5,600 residents feels like a peaceful retreat from modern life. It's the kind of place where wildflowers bloom in the meadows, redwoods whisper in the wind, and elephant seals lounge nearby on the beach. There's magic in the air, and a lot of sea mist too. Cambria's downtown is filled with galleries, wine bars, boutique shops, and cozy inns. It's especially famous for its creative spirit, from the annual Scarecrow Festival in October to a thriving community of local artists and writers. Strolling the streets feels like browsing an open-air art exhibit where every corner has a story. Nature lovers are spoiled here. Moonstone Beach is a dramatic stretch of coastline with tide pools, boardwalks, and epic sunsets that regularly stop people in their tracks. The nearby Fiscalini Ranch Preserve offers over 400 acres of hiking trails with panoramic ocean views, coastal cliffs, and peaceful pine forests. The median home price in Cambria is about $900,000, which is a fair price for ocean views and tranquility on one of the world's most scenic coastlines. It's also one of the safest places to live in San Luis Obispo County, with a crime rate 40% lower than the national average. Cambria's charm isn't loud or flashy. It's poetic and timeless. If you crave a creative, quiet, and visually stunning place to live where community comes first and nature steals the show, Cambria will feel like a dream come true. Number 4. Truckee. Truckee is where rugged wilderness meets cool mountain culture, and it's absolutely irresistible for outdoor lovers. Tucked in the Sierra Nevada just northwest of Lake Tahoe, Truckee is home to about 17,000 full-time residents and endless adventure. Whether it's skiing in winter, hiking and biking in summer, or sipping craft beer by a fire pit any season, Truckee packs serious charm into every snowflake and pine needle. Historically a railroad town, Truckee wears its Old West roots with pride, but with a modern twist. The historic downtown is alive with galleries, breweries, gourmet cafes, and mountain-style boutiques. Add to that the Truckee River running through town and the backdrop of towering peaks, and you've got one of the most visually stunning towns in all of California. Truckee gets more than 200 inches of snow annually, making it a paradise for winter sports lovers. It's also incredibly sunny, with about 250 days of sunshine per year, which means the trails and slopes are almost always ready for action. You're just minutes from Lake Tahoe's North Shore, giving you access to world-class skiing, boating, and alpine lakes year-round. The median home price sits around $1.1 million, and while that might sound steep, locals say it's worth every penny for the lifestyle. Schools are solid, the crime rate is 35% lower than the national average, and the community vibe is strong, especially among outdoorsy families and remote workers. Truckee isn't just a town, it's a lifestyle built around mountain air, bonfires, snow days, and paddleboarding afternoons. It's bold, beautiful, and just rugged enough to feel like an adventure every single day. Number 3. Ojai. Ojai isn't just a place, it's a mood. This tucked-away valley town with just around 7,500 residents feels like California's answer to Tuscany mixed with Sedona's soul. Surrounded by the Topa Topa Mountains and just 15 miles inland from the Pacific, Ojai enjoys a perfect blend of golden sunlight, olive groves, and laid-back luxury. It's known for its pink moment sunsets, where the sky turns cotton candy pink. And trust me, it never gets old. Ojai is famous for its artistic and spiritual community. Writers, healers, yogis, and creatives from LA often retreat here to recharge. You'll find meditation centers, boutique spas, organic farms, and charming bookstores. The downtown district is dotted with Spanish Revival architecture, wine bars, artisan shops, and farm-to-table restaurants. And don't miss the weekly farmers market. It's a foodie's dream. The town is fiercely protective of its peaceful atmosphere. There are no chain stores allowed in the city limits. That means every cafe, gallery, and store is locally owned, which builds a real sense of community pride. The school system is strong, and crime is rare, with rates about 45% lower than the US average. Homes here can be pricey, averaging around $1.4 million, but many say the serenity and lifestyle are priceless. You're also just a 90-minute drive from Los Angeles, making it the ideal escape for those who want nature and peace without being totally off the grid. Ojai's vibe is warm, soulful, and endlessly scenic. If your dream life involves morning hikes, organic wine, and meditation under orange trees, Ojai might be your perfect match. Number 2. Los Olivos. Los Olivos may be small, just about 1,100 residents, but it's overflowing with charm, flavor, and scenic beauty. Located in Santa Barbara County's lush Santa Ynez Valley, this tiny town is a big name in California's wine country. With over 30 wine tasting rooms packed into just a few blocks, it's a haven for wine lovers, foodies, and anyone who appreciates the finer, quieter things in life. The town has a rustic elegance to it. Think white picket fences, rolling vineyards, lavender fields, and historic ranch homes. Downtown Los Olivos looks like something out of a Hallmark movie, with its antique shops, gourmet delis, and art galleries tucked into turn-of-the-century buildings. But it's not just pretty, it's authentic. There's a deep-rooted agricultural and cowboy culture here, and locals still ride horses down the road from time to time. The pace is slow, the community is tight-knit, and the scenery is simply spectacular. You're also just a short drive from Solvang, Santa Ynez, and the Pacific Coast, making Los Olivos perfectly positioned between wine, waves, and wilderness. The median home value is around $1.7 million, and while it's certainly on the higher end, the exclusivity, safety, and beauty are hard to beat. Crime is almost non-existent, and the air smells like grapes and wildflowers. Seriously, Los Olivos is for people who crave a countryside retreat with just the right touch of sophistication. It's ideal for retirees, remote workers, or families who want their children growing up under wide blue skies, surrounded by rolling hills and sipping fresh-pressed juice made from backyard fruit trees. Number 1. Mendocino. Mendocino isn't just California's most beautiful coastal town. It's a soul-stirring masterpiece perched atop dramatic cliffs overlooking the Pacific. With a tiny population of just under 1,000 residents, Mendocino feels like a remote creative sanctuary. But what it lacks in size, it more than makes up for in scenery, spirit, and sheer magic. Located along Highway 1 in Northern California, it's where misty redwood forests meet crashing ocean waves, and time seems to slow to a peaceful crawl. The town is a preserved Victorian village, with salt-weathered homes, blooming gardens, and panoramic ocean views at nearly every turn. It's no wonder so many painters, writers, and musicians have made Mendocino their muse. You can stroll through art galleries, attend poetry readings, and catch local music at a cozy coastal pub, all in a single day. Nature is king here. The Mendocino Headlands. State Park surrounds the town on 3 sides, offering jaw-dropping bluff trails and secret beaches. Nearby, you'll find towering redwoods, hidden waterfalls, and even glass beaches sparkling with sea-smooth treasures. The weather is cool and misty, perfect for curling up with coffee or going on foggy morning hikes. The median home price is around $975,000, but the payoff is extraordinary peace, natural grandeur, and an escape from California's hustle. The crime rate? One of the lowest in the state, almost 80% below the national average. Mendocino is where you go to breathe deeper, live slower, and be endlessly inspired. It's a place that lives in the heart long after you've left, and for a lucky few, it's home.